Oh my
Attention
God.
homeowners and real estate investors. Are you looking for a recession-proof real estate strategy that creates consistent income and real impact? Learn how investors are generating reliable returns by supplying housing to veterans through government-backed programs. This proven model helps reduce vacancy risk, stabilize cash flow, and align your real estate portfolio with purpose. Join the Housing America's Heroes Investor Masterclass, a live virtual training designed to show you how to do this the right way. Join us this Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. Central. The registration link will be posted in the comments. Housing America's Heroes, where purpose meets profit.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And I want to welcome everybody who is watching now or who will be watching later. My name is Yvette Jones Swanson, and I am a lot of things veterans housing guru from homeless to home ownership. Let me tell you. So, yeah, we got some people already logging in here to linked. Let me see, YouTube. Where y'all watching from? YouTube. And over here on TikTok, can I join the live? What you want to do? You want to no, because I gotta teach. I gotta educate. So I don't know if you join the live, you're gonna be talking. I don't know how that works because I'm on here. I gotta promote my upcoming masterclass that I'm teaching this Thursday. So this is not a social live. It's a business live. When I go socially, of course, we can go and do that. Or if you are one of my investors, or if you are one of my veterans who I have housed, or who is in the process, or if you are one of my providers who is in my coaching, in my master classes, then of course, we would definitely have to schedule that, and then we'll go split screen on either one. No, so the reason I'm on here today is for a lot of reasons, and the first one I do. Hey, Miss Penelope, I do a live master class on Thursdays, and here is the link for joining the master class this Thursday. Join the master class this Thursday, THURS, this Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Time, and that is 1800 hours. And then I'm going to pin that right here. No, I don't even know now that I don't want anybody to join. Y'all can't join. Y'all asking to join, and y'all can't join today. So let me tell you about what's going on in homeless veterans housing, and the strategic framework of how to house homeless veterans from, in my case, and this is what I teach you in my ecosystem, from homeless to home ownership. And man, I tell you, it's been so much going on that I'm trying to keep up with everything. I am, because I keep a notebook. I keep a notebook. So I have to write everything down, because if I don't write stuff down, then I am lost. So I write everything down in my notebook. I almost got caught up today because as I was working, sending out letters to the media, but then I looked, the Red Cross, they like, Yvette, we already sent those letters. So I'm like, oh my God, you sure did, because I got some correspondence today from a couple huge organizations. I'm not going to name any names until they come out, but I am the recipient of the 2026 Red Cross Heroes Award in the military veterans section for the work that I do in the military veterans community. and that is in housing. I create stabilized housing programs and housing infrastructures and housing plans for individual veterans, and also consult. Well, right now I'm teaching in my master classes investors how to work within these programs within the federal government, and also these programs. They don't get stuck in the federal government. They actually show comments on stage. They actually come out of the federal government and go inside of agencies. I left the agency money folder upstairs, but that's where the money goes. But all of this money flows through and to other organizations. It's not coming directly from the VA. It's not coming directly from who you may think it's coming from. And that's what I teach you how to do once you're working in this veterans community. Where's the money? People say, well, my colleagues in real estate, they say, Yvette, how do you get paid housing homeless veterans? How really? How? You would think about this. Think about this. And then I'll get to my next point. But I am in, oh man, I gotta put it in TikTok. I'll update the link here. I can update the link right now as we speak, and then the link will be updated in TikTok so you all can go ahead and register for my master class that's coming up this Thursday. And here is the nope, that's not the link. But while I'm working on that, let me just keep talking. So I'm just going about my business, going about my day, because I knew how my day was. I have it already written down exactly what I was going to work on today. And that's what I was working on. And then I get an email from the state, one of the state legislative people. I don't know all these titles, so don't even ask. And I didn't even write his title down. I just wrote his name down to say, "Oh, Yvette, we have the bill." And so in TikTok, you can go and register for the master class. We have the bill, and we want to present it. I wrote a housing bill to protect veterans, and this housing bill is for veterans who receive these funding mechanisms to help them move from out of homelessness to stable housing into home ownership. I mean, why keep a veteran stuck in your bed just because I'm housing veterans? I'm how I want two to a bed. Y'all don't know. Listen, listen. If you are a veteran, and if you don't know about your veteran benefits, I need you to do something right now. I'm getting ready to give you some homework so you can go study. Because I know a lot of these infomercials and people coming on talking about how much money you can make housing homeless veterans and then putting them in a bed, stacking them up on each other in bunk beds, and get the three beds, the triple beds, and put 9 of them in a room, put them on a cot in the hallway. Yeah, don't do that. And I don't teach you how to do that. That's not being very it's really not treating our veterans the best way possible, especially the ones who can move around, because they will qualify for benefits if you were just to have a plan to help them do that, have a program. And that's what gets paid in veterans housing. When you're working with unscrupulous, thank you very much, thank you for that, paid up, thank you. So veterans receive so many benefits, so many benefits. One of my partners in Georgia. He got my program approved to come and speak to veterans who are incarcerated now, who are just as involved, but they are still incarcerated. But guess what? When they come home, they still need to tap into their benefits. They do. Now, some veterans go away and their benefits are put on pause. Some veterans, um, then they come home and they have to go do some paperwork, whatever the case is. But they still will qualify for benefits. I have, you know how many, y'all don't know how many, but I'm just going to tell you, I've housed a lot of justice involved veterans and they received benefits. And then I turned around and sold them housing. I sold them houses, 2, 3, and 4 flats. So there's no reason why you have to start a business. Kudos to you for starting your business, but there's no reason you have to start a veterans housing business and keep our veterans stuck in a bed. Now, let me tell you something about that. And also, I'm going to give you some homework. So please, whenever you come and watch me and hear me, get something to write with and write down. You want to go to my website and go get my daily notes book, you can, because it's also there for you. There are several ways to house veterans ethically, with scruples, and make your money. Pen and paper. I surely need something. Okay, good. And now I got hot. It was chilly in this room because I'm sitting right here next to the window in my office downstairs, which I never come to anymore. Um, but now it's getting kind of warm. So write this down. I want y'all to go to va.gov. I'm just trying to see if I have one of the books down here. I might have an old one. Sometimes I don't know what's down here. All my good stuff is upstairs. Go to va.gov/get started. That's the www.va.gov. And I'm typing it in here over on YouTube and LinkedIn and Facebook. va.gov/get started. And I want y'all to go and download that PDF. And I want you to read it cover to cover. And I want you to see all the benefits that the federal government has in that book for veterans. Now, needless to say, all veterans will not qualify for everything, and all veterans don't need everything. But the benefits that they can apply for, then you just highlight that in the book and you study that. Okay. Okay. Because it's a lot of good information and there's a lot of wonderful benefits in there. I'm wearing one right now. It's called a cranial prosthetic. Mhm. We have housing benefits from homeless to homeowner. Let me tell you, I have used every single benefit to house veterans in that book. Let me see. Let me see. Not the foster care. I didn't have to house any of them in the foster care because I don't help people get set up with foster care. That's on you. You just go to the VA, go to that office and say, "Hey, I want to be a foster care. I want to work with veterans who need foster care," and you go to that office. They can help you with that. But everything else in veterans housing, start with my foundational book. Start with my foundational book right here, A Guide to Veterans Shared Living, right here. All of these different models you can start with, any of them. I wouldn't suggest starting with all. Pick one. Pick one and master that one. This book walks you through transitional housing because our veterans don't need to be stuck in your bed. It walks you through, gives you an overview of HUD VASH and also SSVF funding because this is the veterans benefits. This is a homeless veterans benefit. A voucher, HUD VASH, SSVF funding. Yeah, that's for our homeless veterans. But how do you how do you access those funds if you don't even know they're there to help you help that veteran who you just stuck in your bed to go back next month and get paid? The way I show you in the ecosystem that I have perfected, and that's why I get so many awards, hence behind my head. I got more awards down here and then some in a box over there. I mean, it's just awards and proclamations and all. Let me see, I got certificates and I mean, I got a lot of stuff back there. All of my degrees are hanging on the wall, so it's a lot of stuff back there that just says, "Oh, this woman, she knows." Thank you for reposting, Jose. And that article should be coming out. I'm hoping they choose that article first, Jose. Those are my veteran and caregiver in Charlottesville, South Carolina. I mean Charlottesville, Virginia. Oh my God, I could. I don't want to say that because that's good, ma'am. Stay proud, baby. Hold on, wait a minute. I got all of these. It's not a one shot. I got a whole library. Yes, a whole library. And this is one series. This is my veterans series. It's called US Military Veterans Educational and Resources Guidebook Series. So all of these books right here. So this is an accumulation of, and this is the third edition, Veterans Home Buying Guide Veterans Buying Guide for today's market for veterans who want to use their VA loan and don't even know how. I get veterans that'll call me and say, I got this piece of paper. They talking about the COE, the Certificate of Eligibility, and it's telling me that I can have a house. I'm like, what? Yeah, I want to go get my house. I'm like, and they think that money on that certificate of eligibility is the money that they can use to go get a house, and it's not. So what I've done over the past 20 odd years have been to educate our community at the VA, and these are some pictures right here of me and my team that I would take to the VA, to the vet centers over here, to Chicago City Colleges. One moment, please. Over Chicago City Colleges, and all of my stuff, you can just find it in my books, okay? And then 10 years. This was a 10-year anniversary at the vet centers. I've done 200 workshops, and I started these workshops because the housing home. This is at one of the city colleges and at the vet center in Forest Park, Illinois. And this is a team that I belong to of investors that are nationwide. And then community, I would bring the resources into the community and teach the community about veterans housing. And these are some houses and properties that I sold over the years to veterans. So this book gives you a lot of information on how to use your VA home loan. And then the rest of my books are for the community on how do you house homeless veterans? What constitutes a homeless veteran? I was told the other day, oh, you were never homeless. Let me tell you something. And and this is in on the VA's website too. So and this is one of the um what's the word I'm looking for? Main priorities. This category I'm about to tell you now, and this is the category of domestic violence, violent crimes against someone, against a female veteran or a male veteran. And when that happens, and that veteran leaves that humble abode and has nowhere to go, that's a homeless veteran. When that veteran has to resort in sleeping in his or her own vehicle, or on a park bench, or on a bus, or in an abandoned building, or anywhere that's not with a lease, they're homeless. Or in a shelter, or even in transitional housing. that's still considered a homeless veteran. Yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah, that veteran can, if they go and apply, and somebody with knowledge or capable of finding the information to those resources outside of that department, because they just may not have access to those resources. But if they can find access to those resources, then that veteran who is in an abusive relationship can get housed. And now they can also apply for an emergency HUD VASH voucher. That's a homeless veteran. Why should that veteran go back to that home and be beat up again, kicked around, slapped around? Really? So, yeah, that's a homeless veteran. So, I've got a master class that's coming up. And the reason y'all see me now, and I've been doing this for almost 25 years in the Chicago land. The real estate book is so inspiring. The seniors you have helped go to home ownership. You saw that, right? Oh my God. Yes. They're in the book too. I was reading a message, you notes, you notes. I don't know what that means. I was reading a message here on YouTube from one of the soon to be providers in our group. She says the real estate book. This one you talking about, Penelope Page, because this one does have the seniors who bought houses. It does, and some of them were first time home buyers. First time home buyers, like Mr. Coward in the back. Uh-oh, where is he? He's in here somewhere. But anyway, yeah, it is very inspiring because they thought, here he is, right here. That's Mr. Coward in the middle, and he was a first time home buyer. And he had thought, oh, Mr. Smith, Adele Smith, Smitty, yes, yes, wasn't he sharp, girl? He is. Look at him in his blue suit. I went to the birthday party. Oh my God, he was. Oh my God, he just don't get me teary eyed. Please don't. Oh my God, yeah, he passed away. He was one of my veterans who passed away. I have a few of them who passed away, and I just get so emotional because I get myself attached, to their stories and their lives. I meet their families and go to their birthday parties and holiday parties, and I mean wherever they invite, and I'm like, oh, come on, we get ready to go. So yeah, they are very inspiring. Thank you for pointing that out. And some veterans don't know what they qualify for. They don't. Some of them, have lived their lives as civilians, um, not because. And I was one of them. I didn't want to live my life as a civilian. I wore a uniform. I had my boots on the ground. I was on guard duty and it was freezing. I thought my fingers were going to fall off and my toes too. And it was raining. I'm like, are you serious? But and other things, that was just one thing so memorable to me because they were teaching us how to stand guard. I'm like, okay, you said you want to be an MP, right? I'm like, yes, yes. So we had to learn how to stand guard. I'm like, I thought I was gonna be, pow pow, taking something like that. Nope, you gotta stand guard. So anyway, but yeah, a lot of our veterans don't know where to go or who to see. I'm ready to start. Okay, well, ILF, that is the forestroms. I don't teach ILF. I teach an ecosystem to take veterans from independent or shared living to rentals to home ownership because we get too many benefits to remain in your business in your bed. And I don't teach that model. If that's all you want to do, then that is Greetings, Miss Yvette. How are you? Hey, Ashley, I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for asking. So, if you want to house veterans, I suggest you go get this book. And this book is on Amazon. It's on my website on vetmentorsonline.com, and learn how to house veterans through an ecosystem. And then join my masterclass, which is this Thursday from 6 until 8. And then I teach you stage 2, because step one is, yeah, get them in, get them in. And these agencies, and I don't teach you how to get the money from the veterans. While we've got over $5 billion in our homeless veterans community, why should you get money from the veteran when we have agencies that have received funding from the federal government to pay for them to be in your shared living model? Just transitionally, not forever, so you can keep going every month to get paid. You're going to move these veterans through your real estate ecosystem. I teach you how to do real estate in your veterans housing models. Think about this. And I had a class the other day, and they're like, "Ooh, that's a nice windfall right there." So I would house homeless veterans. I housed them free. I was once a homeless veteran myself, and I had no benefits, and that's why I was homeless. A couple women, my new friends, asked me the other day, "Even why are there so many homeless veterans?" I'm like, "Well, that's a loaded question with a lot of answers. There is not one answer to that question. It really is not. You have veterans who are unsheltered, unhoused, homeless. They're still homeless, and some people think that's a real bad uh, way to say homeless. But homeless in the veteran space is significant to funding. It's significant to funding. So you can't be a veteran that's couch surfing and go and say, I got someplace to live. No, you're not homeless then. You got shelter. Now, I had a veteran. I know I'm talking about so many things because it's been 22 plus years that I never shared this stuff with anybody live. I did this at the VA, at the vet centers, at the Cook County Corrections, at the Federal Municipal Building, um, prison, Chicago City Colleges, municipalities. So all of these communities know. We just need housing. That's basically it. We need all types of housing, but we don't need housing where we've got capable veterans who are like these. Look at this. Y'all would have stuck this man. Y'all would have stuck this man right here. Hold on one moment. Let me turn to Mr. Coward. One moment. Hold on. One moment. Come on now. Okay, y'all look, this is Mr. Coward, right? Y'all would have said, "Oh man, you got 100% service connection disability. You get Social Security. Oh, you can afford a bed in my shared living, in my co-living, in my whatever you want to call it living. Every month you get like $7,000 a month. Oh, I'm charging you $1,200 for a private room." When he just bought a house. But you would have seen him as a veteran with those 2 to 3 incomes and stuck him in your bed. But he just bought a house. You see what I'm saying? When you don't know how to use veterans benefits, then you will stick them in a bed forever. Because hey, why not? That's your business. I'm not telling you how to run your business. I'm teaching you how to enhance your business. You can have as many what you want to call them, veteran shared living models, whatever you want to call them, co-living, shared living, independent living, whatever you want to call them. You can have 50 of them. I don't care. Have 5,000 of them. I don't care. But your next real estate move is rentals. So now you have a pipeline. You have a pipeline of homeless veterans who are receiving benefits from agencies that have received this over $5.8 billion in our community. They're going to be in your shared living model. You're going to be getting paid, but in your program, you're going to go have them go right to your rentals. I don't do collaborations. I educate. And you can buy my publications and enter my ecosystem, and we can get to know each other that way. But you have to know what I know, do things the way I teach you how to do it before I collaborate with anybody. I've been doing this for 22 years, honey. 22 plus. I just stopped counting. I've been a realtor for 30 years, and I've been specializing in I didn't even call it no niche market. It was just I house homeless veterans, from homeless to home ownership, to becoming investors and business owners in government contracting. That's where I lead all of my providers to government contracting, from homeless veterans to government contracting. That's where the veterans go. Now, you as the provider, you as the operator in your real estate portfolio, you take a veteran from homelessness to rentals to home ownership to becoming investors. Because who's to say you can't do a fix and flip on a single family, a duplex, a triplex, or quad? That's four, right? And then a buy and hold to your veterans with that VA loan. And that veteran came out of your veteran shared living model and went through your real estate portfolio. So that's what I teach you how to do. I have a master class that's coming up this Thursday to teach you step 2. Because this is your step. This is step 1. This is step 1. Read this book so you can understand about veterans housing. Read this book so you can understand, hey, how do veterans buy a house? You know, if you know nothing about veterans, if you say to me one more time, Yvette, I bought this book, how much is it to get in the group? It's free to get in the group. You got to send me your picture. You got the book. My email address is in the book. Email me, you holding the book like this, however you want to do it, and let me know your first and last name, what city and state you're in, so that I can put you on our map, first of all, if we don't already have that state on the map. And then you'll be invited, because if you're not on my in my CRM, then you're not getting any information. You know, and I wasn't thinking that far ahead to say, oh, email me a picture when you get the book. I wasn't thinking that far ahead when I was writing these books. The reason I started writing these books, I'll tell you. The reason and I'm going to get back to the social workers in a moment. The reason I started writing all these books for social workers, case managers, human care professionals, first responders, for veterans shared living, for realtors like myself who say, but how you get paid at these veterans homeless? They ain't got no money. That's what they be saying to me. I'm like, you don't want to listen. In this book, Finding Home, a nationwide guide to veterans resources, I found housing for veterans as far as Hawaii, and Las Vegas. It's all in the book. And then the Veterans Care Entrepreneurship Guide. I wrote this book originally for a young lady in Atlanta. She was skeptical. I'm saying, look, baby, you don't have to pay me nothing. What I'm going to do is publish the book with all the information I share it with you, and everybody can. You don't want to pay me what I'm asking you for, then just go buy the book and read the book. When you get caught up on something, then you can schedule a consultation. And then Veterans from Boots to Business. I'm about to release this as soon as I get that government contract. And I got one coming. So anyway, I'm so excited. And then two more books that note the notarization made easy, and I put down here mobile. Well, the book cover is different now. Mobile notarization, and I did mobile notarizations for veterans who were in nursing homes, who were at the hospital, who were confined to their home, and their caregivers, their daughters, or whoever was caring for them, and they had to do a signed power of attorney for health, medical health, finances. And there was another veteran who I kept going to every single year, and I haven't heard from him in a few years. That's not to say he's not deceased or not, but I haven't notarized his form that had to be notarized every single year to be sent into the country where he was a veteran, so that it can affirm that he's still alive. So that's how I did my notaries. And then I'm like, okay, somebody needs a loan signing. Then I started doing loan signings, but those take so long. It's more money, but it's just, too much time. And then another book I put together was for Chicago veterans. This is just specifically for Chicago and all the resources and benefits. And let me tell y'all something, people. We have a lot of resources within our federal government, and resources within our community, because from our federal government, those I need help. I want to, okay, then go get the book. This is your help that you start with. Get this book right here. And once you get this book, my email address is in this book. Take a picture holding it like this, or like that, or like that, and send it to me, and let me know your name, what city and state you're in. And then I'll send you an engagement email, because everybody, they don't like my group, and because it's not for everybody. People don't like to work. They don't. People, and this is what I'm finding, people will call me, and well, not call me because I don't answer my phone. You have to be programmed in my phone for me to answer. Sometimes I answer, and I'm because I just want to talk. But people will say, and if this is you, put a pen in it, write it down so you don't do this. People will say, um, do you mentor? What does that mean? You think something is for free over here? You think something is for free? No, it's not. People will say, um, do you consult? Consult on what? What do you know for me to consult you on? If you have not picked up a book to learn how to do veterans shared housing, or how to do veterans housing, period, or you don't know how to talk to social workers, case managers, human care professionals, you don't know who is gatekeeping or not, because you don't know who knows what information at the social work level or the case manager level. You rather say, oh, they're gatekeeping, Yvette. I contact them and they act like they don't have homeless veterans to send to my homeless veterans house for me to put them in a bed. Okay, you don't know who to talk to. Or if you are a realtor and you don't know how to house a homeless veteran and get a commission from homeless to rentals to home ownership, and then they turn around and do it again because now they become investors and you are their realtor. You know how many properties I've sold like that? Baby, huh. Finding home, if you don't know how to help veterans find resources from the federal government, the state, the county, local philanthropy, I mean, what are you doing? What are you doing? I have made, man, my coach had to tell me. He said, Yvette, because I move so fast. He said, Yvette, do you know you have generated over 7 million in income? I'm like, yeah, let me think. He said, if you made this every year, then you've generated a seven-figure income. I'm like, you know what? You're right. You're right. Housing over 5,000 homeless veterans. And I was my first. had to learn my way through all of these entangled webs within the VA system. And it is an entanglement. And they don't make it easy for you. When they see me walking through the door, they're like, damn, here she comes. She getting ready to get on us, get on our case. Yeah, yes, I am. Because you don't want to learn. And I'm talking about the social workers, case managers, human care professionals, and your first responders and your nurses, everybody you consider a first respondent, first responder, but it's not their job. So that's why they don't do it. I'm in therapy right now. I'm a veteran and I go to therapy. Sometimes I go all year. If I say I was seeing a therapist and she said, "Oh, I think I need to recommend you to who was over her, a psychologist." I'm like, "Yes, please do." Then the psychologist said, "Oh, I think you need to I need to refer you over to a psychiatrist." I'm like, "Yes, please do." Because you can learn from everything. Going, being a I got to good. Being a veteran, we've got benefits galore. Benefits galore. But it takes time. It takes time. It takes patience. It takes tenacity. It takes resilience because they gonna beat your butt at the VA. I was looking through. You say, "Yep." I was looking through my portal today. The app that we have, and I found my very first claim in 1984. And we can go look at them. It had my old address on it. It had my back then they had our social security numbers like it was a time of day. Anybody could get our social security number. They had that on there. Then it had a big old stamp, file closed. This is 1984. I was 19 years old, leaving the military as a veteran, not service connected. Because they closed my file. I didn't know what the hell I was doing when I was filing the claim. I just knew when I got out the military, some things happened to me. And that's the reason I'm out of the military at 19. At 19, I go in at 18 and leave at 19, and y'all fuck me up like this. Really? I'm still sitting here 30 years later talking about housing homeless veterans because I was affected in many, many ways, and including being a homeless veteran and not being cared for. I would rather be sitting on the beach, drinking a Mai Tai, getting my feet rubbed by a nicely caramel whoever with muscles and glistening skin and my cold beverage and rubbing my head. Really? Y'all think I want to be stressed out and high anxiety and then depressed because a veteran dies on me or something happens to me? The reason I'm still here is because I was not taken care of as a veteran. Period. Period. There was nobody in the community who stepped to me when I was getting abused. And what is it? I don't want to say it because I don't want to get banned from over here for saying such words. What's the word? Battered and abused? Yeah, that's the word. And by my husband, he was in the military. All of this stemmed from the military. All of it stemmed from the military. All of it. I go to the military, and now you think I'm your girlfriend. No, I'm not. I don't even know you, man. I just got here to serve my country, to be a military police, go home to be a Chicago police officer and go into the FBI. But no, you want to assault me. And then I leave and go home And the VA doesn't take accountability for that. So now I have no benefits. Marry a serviceman who's still actively serving and get beat up with no benefits. So you see, all of this stemmed from the military and no assistance from the military. So now when I become a realtor, hold on, where's my real estate book? Right here. This is my real estate book that I wrote for realtors. I'm a realtor. I've been a realtor since 1996. So, as a realtor, you know, we gravitate to like-minded, the ones who are in Beverly Hills, so that's what they know. The ones who are selling um, beach houses and $1 million listings, that's what they know. What do I know? I know homeless veterans. I know how a homeless veteran got to be homeless. I know how to house homeless veterans in any situation. Now, what's needed on the other side are actively participating partners. That's what's needed on the other side. And that's what I teach you how to do. Okay, love the story. Let me see here. The books are the master plan to the ecosystem. They are extremely beneficial. Yes, they are. Um, oh yeah, oh yeah. These are, I'm telling you, everything, and I'm still, if I wasn't, working with my coach right now, I would be releasing, I would have probably released 6 more books. Because it's like every day I wake up, I'm like, oh man, I didn't tell them this. Dang, I didn't tell them that. It's so much over over 22 years of housing homeless veterans that I want to tell y'all, but I got to do it in small pieces. But everybody has to do it at the same time. So while I'm doing this, can you work with lessons on the other side of the country? Say, yeah, El Paso, that ain't nothing. Yes, El Paso, Texas, we need operators, we need realtors, we need people who want to learn this ecosystem to help the veterans there who are homeless. So a veteran can get a voucher, right? And I have a veteran, oh my God, and we're still fighting for that voucher. Have a veteran in Charlottesville, Virginia. When I met them in August, they had already had their voucher since March with no housing. So we needed an active participant and into somebody who knows what to do. And that would have been another realtor. I live in New York. We can do this everywhere, everywhere. You don't need a license to have a house. I got something for everybody. For Charlottesville, Virginia, we needed a realtor. But because realtors don't know how to house homeless veterans, they never got housed. So we meet in August. I contact list. It was 31 housing providers, private um, landlords on this list that the Charlottesville Housing Authority sent me. So I did a scrub and I took all the emails and the names and I sent them all an introduction letter. We need a 2-bedroom house and the voucher pays $1,901. The veteran, has the funding from one of the agencies that can pay the security deposit. And look, the voucher is a federal program. They've been approved through HUD and through VASH. So now you're telling me you want all of this to do what? I'm a realtor, so I know what the realtors want. I know what they want. And everything that they're asking for will deny that veteran. Everything. everything that they're asking for will deny that veteran. First of all, a credit check. Really? Who's thinking about keeping their credit 700? Who? Who's keeping their credit on 800? Who? I'm homeless. I'm trying to find some place to be warm tonight, some place to eat today, some place to go wash up tonight. Who's thinking about where your mail coming to? For real. Are you keeping up with the P.O. box? Because you don't have a permanent home. Really? Credit check. Denied. Um, we want to see your background check. Well, you know what? I got so hungry one day. I'm so serious. I didn't have enough money. I'm just saying, this is what happens. And I got caught stealing a couple sandwiches and some chips and a can of pop. And they arrested me. I'm just saying, it didn't happen to me. Something else is almost happening to me, but not that. I don't like going to jail. And that's a little misdemeanor, a little felony. I don't know what it is, but now that's on your credit report. Oh, you a thief, and they're not your credit report, but your background. You're denied. Then I had, let me see who else. Okay, credit, background. Oh yeah. Your rental history. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. We want to see your rental history. Oh, you have been without a permanent home since March? Oh, what's wrong with you? Oh, you're homeless? Oh, hold on a minute. Okay, well, my investor wants me to come and see your current place of residence. It's in your truck. It's gonna be parked at the Walmart. Oh, you're denied. So I wrote a housing bill for Illinois that will eliminate those nuances. This is a veteran we're talking about. That you all curve up your lips around Veterans Day or when you see a veteran and say, thank you for your service. But you don't know the first thing to do to service that veteran in their time of need and trouble. Why are you thanking us? Because we had the guts to sign our name on a line to say that we understand that we can die in duty. We agreed to that for you, and you can't even find a way to house us when we're homeless. How dare you say thank you for your service? Go to hell. That's how veterans feel. That's how I feel, especially when I get a veteran who say I've had a voucher since March of 2025 and because she couldn't find housing until November. November? You had long enough to find housing, and because you couldn't find housing, we are terminating that voucher. Oh, but guess what? I'm still homeless. And now I don't have a financial means to pay my rent. That's what you did. And that's what you did because you don't know how to house homeless veterans using the benefits that we have in our community. And that's why I'm here. I've been doing this for over 22 plus years, have housed over 5,000 homeless veterans. I was my first. I even housed my husband after he retired after 37 years of service. He retired unhoused. He doesn't like for me to say homeless because he was in motels and hotels and holiday inns. And then he met me at his 11th month, and we started looking for housing, and I sold him a house. When this other realtor he thought he was working with showing him things like, oh, a studio apartment, when let me tell you this, for those of you who say, I want to house veterans. Okay, let me tell you this. He retired after 37 years, right? And relocating from the state that he was working in as a he was active reserve, ARG, I think that's what it's called. So all of his stuff was being moved from one state across the country to Illinois in a big old 18 wheeler. Where was all that stuff going to go in a studio apartment? And a realtor was telling him, oh, well, you got to start somewhere. You got to start in a studio apartment. And you just retired. And you can show income. You can show a great credit score. You can show prior residence. You can show all of this. But because you don't know how to house a veteran, just because they say they don't have a permanent address, how dare you call yourself a realtor? I move people. I'm a realtor. You can't move a I'm just talking about our veterans community. That's all. So I want to thank y'all for being here. My name is Yvette Jones Swanson. If you have not stopped to click to like, share, and follow me on all social medias, I'm on Facebook, YouTube, some Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn for my professional work. Oh, I'm also the national writer for Mission Roll Call. I'm the subject matter expert and writer for Mission Roll Call. So look in the homeless articles section so you can read my articles on veterans, homeless housing, and solutions. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you go to my website, vetmentorsonline.com or VetMentors USA. I believe that's the new one.com. And do what it says. Read all about me. Go to the bookstore and go get some books to start reading and start learning. Now, I do have some people who say, "Will you mentor me?" That's what I was getting ready to tell y'all. Hell no, because let me tell you like this. You say you want me to mentor you. You want me to consult you on what? What information do you know? I don't know that. So you want me to pick up the phone or talk to you on a Zoom call and listen to what you have to say that's all wrong. And then you want me to correct all of your wrongs in one hour or 2 hour phone call so you can know everything you need to know about veterans housing. No, I'm going to do that after you've engaged in my ecosystem. I'm not the one who just want to get your money. This is long term. You say you want to house homeless veterans, then do it the right way. You got to learn something first. So go get my library. First, go get the Foundations book right here, A Guide to Veterans Shared Living Models, so you can know what it is. Who are these veterans? Who are these people? What do they need? What agencies are out there that can support me? So once you get your mind right, then you take the next step, because the next step is getting them out of this shared living model into your ecosystem, into your rental unit. So that's what's in my master class that's coming up this Thursday. So make sure you join the master class. Hey Jose, I see you on 2 platforms. And then the master class, and then the intensive, because you have to learn how to put them in your rental, how to do all of that paperwork. Because there's one thing with the government, oh, it's a lot of paperwork. and you can get caught up in the red tape. Yeah, you can. I have one investor. I'm like, and you didn't follow my instructions. You did not follow my instructions. And it came back to bite them. It came back to bite them. It came back to, so now Yvette, me and the tenant emailed, and they said, I'm like, yeah, so if you follow my instructions, then you won't get bitten on the way out. Or on the way in. They don't see it coming because they haven't looked at all the paperwork yet. But on the way out, that's when you'll get bitten. So go to my library and start educating yourself, and email me once you get the book. And if you want to schedule a consultation, because I am opening up my consultations again, but I'm not opening up my consultations to anybody who don't know nothing. You got to go buy my books and read, and then we can talk the same language. I don't want to know what you know right away. Not yet. Not yet. Because when I talk to people and they tell me what they know, yes, I need it. Hey, Kazia. Okay, so you're ready. You're ready for the consultations, Kazia. So I'll send you the link for that. Oh my God. So yeah, they, people just, you have to engage yourself, because this is a community of engagement. It's a community where you have to be out there with the people to learn who they are, and learn what they know, learn where you need to be. You can't be one of those cyber, you just on the computer all day. Yeah, no, you got to get yourself out there. So this, let me see, Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. I'll be at the construction summit. And why is that so important to be at the construction summit? I'll tell you why it is. Hold on, that's in my man. Oh my God, I was so busy today, y'all. I was so busy. Kazia, you told me, you said you want to see what's coming up next. Girl, I thought I had my whole day already planned out in my daily notes book. This is what I'm going to do first. I'm going to do second. I'm going to do third. I'm going to do fourth. Oh, I'm going to take the dog for a walk. I'm going to come back in with the fifth. Nope. Nope. No. Not at all. Not at all. I mean, it was all great stuff, but I'm like, I wasn't even planning on doing this today. I got an email from the state to tell me that the housing bill that I wrote, and I wrote down the steps, because I said, you know what, I don't know the steps in presenting a housing bill. All I know is what I need done and what I want to see in our homeless veterans community. And that's for y'all to learn too. And that's what I'm teaching you how to do. And if it gets passed in the state of Illinois, then it can get passed in all states, because it affects all veterans nationwide who are on these programs. I want to build an affordable living for VA with my own money. Um, of, oh, you can do that. You can do that. But then let me tell you something. You can do that. But the funding, once you build it out, comes from other organizations. Unless you have, you got it like that, and but you still don't have to do it like that. I mean, if you want to use your own money, then you have to set up your LLC, and then you can also do the programming for a couple years while you're learning the system in order to get the funding after you've gotten your experience, your past experience. Um, yeah, but there's really no reason for you to start it that way with your money when we have over $5 billion in the community. I must keep reading. It is a lot of information, but well worth it to assist our veterans. We need help from people like you. Thank you. You are so welcome. So young, let me see, who is that who said they got all the money? V. Harrison. Go and get my library. You get all that money. Go to my bookstore and get all the books in my library, all of them, and start reading them. So you'll know when you're building out your veterans housing, you'll have some idea and some concepts of what it is you want to do, and then go through my master class and my intensive class, and then schedule me for your strategic plan for your programs. That's where I am with a couple of my providers, because I just started coming out here in public not too many months ago. I was at the VA. When I say, where's my book? When I say at the VA, y'all couldn't tell me nothing, because I was the only one, the only realtor. Hold on. Oh, where are the pictures? Where are my pictures? Where are, oh, here they are. Ah, at the VA, at the VA, at the VA, at the VA with a contract. It's called a MOU, Memorandum of Understanding. It's a contract to be at the VA to teach veterans housing from homeless to home ownership, becoming investors and business owners. And then at all the vet centers. So when I teach you my ecosystem, for the ones who say, I want to house veterans and stick them in a bed, stick them in a bed, um, you'll always have a pipeline. And that's why I was so successful over, and still, over these years, is because I always had a pipeline from homeless veterans to renting veterans, to veterans who are buying single family houses, veterans who are buying multi units, veterans who said, oh, thanks for joining my club, veterans who said, Yvette, I want to be an investor. I'm like, yay, the heavens are opening. So I show y'all that in my master class. Oh my God. So, oh my God, I'm just so excited about all of this. And I don't want to thank you all for being here. Um, my name is Yvette Jones Swanson, and I am a lot of things veterans, homeless housing. So many. But anyway, let me tell y'all, Army veteran. I was once homeless several times because I kept running away and having no place to go but sleeping out in the public or with somebody, and they, oh, you gotta go, my girlfriend or my boyfriend or somebody's coming, and the family member, they didn't understand what was going on with me, so they're like, you just need to go back home and just stop talking so much. I'm like, what? I can't, he's just, who wants to be with the abuser? So it was horrific. But anyway, I'm a veterans homeless housing strategist, and I help you do this to be the same thing. You didn't have to go through homelessness like I did, but I do teach you how to strategize what it is you say you want to do in veterans housing. So go get my library, and all of those. I've been getting so many emails. Can you just tell me? Can you just do this? Nope. Here's the letter of engagement. This is what you can do. If you do that, then we good. But don't call me or email me and just say, "Can you tell me what to do?" Who you think I am? If I just told you, I've been doing this for over 22 years. I've got proclamations, declarations, awards, designations, and you think I'm just going to give you all of my information for free? Don't treat people like that. Please don't. Thank you for my glasses. Yeah, don't treat people like that. I'm a businesswoman. I love what I do, and that's why I've been doing it so long. But it didn't come for free to me. It came at a hefty price. And to have all of this knowledge, and the number one veterans homeless housing advocate and strategist in the country, and I'm supposed to just give you everything. So if you want a one-on-one consultation, what I need you to do is read. is read. So that way you'll have some type of understanding when we get on the telephone. Because I'm not here to fill up your brain with what I have in mind. I can't do that. Education is fundamental as long as you use it. And I love talking to strategic thinkers. And that's it. Thank y'all for watching. I'm getting ready to go. So if you have not um, gone to my link to buy some books or register for my master class that's coming up this Thursday, then I'll see you around. If you have gone to buy my books and have registered for my master class this coming Thursday, then I'll see you around. Either way it goes, I will be right here, same place, same time tomorrow, 5:15, boots on the ground. I told y'all I am the 2026 Red Cross Military Hero awardee. I was so excited when I got that. Oh, thank you for my glasses. Kazia, what you laughing at? Oh my God. Construction Summit, Kazia. That's the next thing. This is my third year at the Construction Summit. And I was telling y'all about that. So I have to add a few more NAICS codes on my capability statement. And these NAICS codes will be to do more consulting and strategizing and alignment in veterans housing. Yeah, because, if I don't have to open doors, I don't want to. I don't want to. I did that for a very long time, and I just want to teach y'all how to structure your portfolio to house veterans because we need housing. And they talk about it's a housing shortage. No, it's not. People just don't know what to do with the properties that they have. I've taken over whole buildings and housed veterans in every single apartment. And I'm like, you know what? I just created a veterans village. I also create veteran village plans. I've created several for municipalities. They are just divine. So they haven't put a shovel in the ground yet, but still, those plans were very, very nice. And I'm glad I know how to do it, and I'm glad they know I know how to do it. So when they're ready to get it done, or any other community, then that's what we'll be doing. So y'all are watching a huge pivot right now, and I'm in a good place, and so are you guys. Stick with me now. Ciao for now. I got to take my puppy dog. I have a rescue dog. Somebody threw a 5-pound dog out, and she was running around. Oh, y'all can go watch my videos on TikTok of me and Empress Lotus. Cake Slice, Cake Slice. Hey Jose, oh my God, Jose. I hope they release your story next because your story has pictures with it, and that's why I'm glad Marlene said it was okay to use the pictures because the stories I write on Mission Roll Call in the past they didn't have pictures, but they were of all real people. So this time I'm like, look, and they want more human stories, so I got to do two things, and then I was going to write two stories for next month because they got like 8 stories already, but I got to keep pumping them out, pumping them out, pumping them out because some they have them for different reasons. Um, Girl, you on LinkedIn? Go to LinkedIn. My stories, like Jose, the We Pick It Up Joe LLC. He's the caregiver of one of the homeless veterans who received a 2-bedroom voucher in Charlottesville, Virginia. So originally, when I wrote her story, I just put homeless female senior veteran in Charlottesville, Virginia, who had a HUD VASH voucher, who could not get housed because of realtors and private owners and whoever else they went to. Management companies kept denying them because of what? The credit. Maybe I don't know if it's a background check or not. and different things that will deny an application. So they got denied from March, and then in November, right? Nobody knew how. From March to November, the Charlottesville Housing Authority. Thanks, Jose, for the roses. The Charlottesville Housing Authority said, "Well, or was it the social worker at the VA? I don't know which department said, well, Jose, which department was it? Said, well, y'all had long enough to find housing. And since you did not find housing, we are terminating your voucher as of now." And I'm still homeless. Now they're homeless with no funding because there was nobody in Charlottesville who knew how to set the roadblocks to the side of the street and say this voucher that you've been approved for by HUD and by VASH. Those are two separate federal departments, two separate federal departments. But because you have bad credit, you have this and you have that, and you don't have an address. What is the voucher for? The voucher is for housing homeless veterans. Don't make any mistakes about it. When a veteran receives a HUD VASH voucher, that means that veteran is homeless. If they have it a year or two and they want to relocate, okay. But initially, that is a homeless veteran. There's no secret. So now you get a veteran on the other line. You have a HUD VASH voucher. Is this your first move? Yes. Okay. Come on. I got you. I got you. Where do you want to live? Over east? 2 bedrooms? Oh, I got one looking at the lake on the 42nd floor in a condo. 2 beds, 2 full baths, fully furnished. Oh, it's in my stories. He's been there 11 years now on a HUD VASH voucher. He was in a U-Haul facility. A U-Haul facility. Exactly. That's what they should have been saying to you. Not, oh no, you denied. They should have been like, come on, I got you. I have an own. As a matter of fact, I've got two places that I want to show you because I have two owners I'm working with, and they've got properties that fit your criteria right now. You want to meet me over there, or do you want me to come and get you from somewhere? That's how I train my teams over the years. What's on your background? How your credit looking? What? No, baby, I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. I've already trained my investors on what we're doing. They already know. They are learning and they have accepted the program, and they want to do their part in helping to end veterans' homelessness by opening up their rental portfolio. And that's what I teach you how to do. I help you build and open up that rental portfolio, and then you're fixing flips to their buy and hold. Yes. Thank you. Hey, I want to thank y'all over here on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook for joining. And yeah, sit down. One day, Vanilla, I said, let me go back. And I just started reading. I started picking up each of my books, and I just started reading through them again. I mean, paper. I didn't put them on Speechify to read to me. I just started reading through them. Antoine. Let me tell y'all about Antoine. Antoine is on page 50. And these are real names. Y'all don't know who they are because there's a lot of Antoines in the world. But Antoine. Then there's Antoine, a Marine veteran whose story emphasizes the power of perseverance and community support. After years of instability, Antoine found the sense of belonging through a veteran organization where he discovered valuable resources and transitional housing. Let me tell y'all something about this story when I'm finished reading this paragraph. He learned about the home ownership workshop, my workshops, right? Through the workshop, he not only gained knowledge about the home buying process, but also connected others who shared similar experiences and referred six more veterans from the transitional facility. The transitional facility they were in was one of the SSVF organizations with grant and per diem, and they stayed in their properties, but it was transitional. Antoine was approved for a home. Hello, I would like to house veterans in Ohio. Then go get this book. And when you get the book, read the book. My email is in the book. Take a picture of the book like this and send it to me so I can send you the next steps. So Antoine, right, called me on a Saturday. My kids were gone. I was a single mom all these years, 20 some years. And he called me and I was laid back on my Chase lounge. I had my hot tea and it was kind of cold. It was like in March, like it is now. It's snowing now in Chicago. And I'm just relaxing because the day before my mother died. So this was 312. So this was 313 when he called me. My mother died. Wait, my mama died. Um, My mother died 423. So he called me on 424, April 24th. But I said I'm gonna, and I told my kids, but I prefer to do. Oh, you can do whatever you want to do. You can do that. I'm not here to debate with you, so you can get this book. Go to my library and get whatever books you want. And then join my master classes, join my ecosystem. I teach you all veterans housing, everything veterans housing. So I said to my kids, I said, I'm taking off a month. My mama just died the day before. And I'm just sitting there chilling on my Chase, and they were gone. My house was clean. My house stayed clean. My house was beautiful. And I answered the phone. I don't know why I answered the phone. I don't know why I answered the phone that day because I was planning on taking 30 days off. I don't know why I answered the phone, but I did. And it was Antoine, the Marine, who called me. And I'm like, really? I'm not working now. He said, no, you don't understand. He said, we all want to go. We don't want to be here. We're all 100%. I'm like, what? You're all 100%, and you're all living in veteran shared living models for real under a grant per diem by the organization that receives millions of dollars every year. And how many of y'all is it? Oh, it's six of y'all. All of y'all 100%, and all of y'all want to move. I said, well, let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can just come there and do a personal veterans home buying workshop. Where is that book? Right here. Let me do this workshop. All right. Who is the director? Or let me call the director. Did the workshop there, and all more of them came. It was 8 of them that came finally, and they all were like, we want to buy too. So Antoine bought a house. As a matter of fact, all 6 of these veterans bought houses. I was selling houses to these 6 plus the other 2 from from May all the way to December. May to December, and each of these veterans bought a house. We closed on 2 houses on December 31st and 1 house on January 1st of the next year. When I sold them these houses, I was still selling houses to other veterans. I mean, it was just like manna coming from the sky. That's God's food. So all of these stories are in the book. And then here's the journeys of Thomas and Faye and Antoine. Thomas, he was in a U-Haul facility in a wheelchair as a 100% service connected disabled veteran with, no, he wasn't 100% at the time, but he did have a 2-bedroom voucher. And I'm like, ooh, I can't put you over there in the hood, man. Somebody, ooh, no, they'll get you real good. Let me keep on looking. Found him a condo downtown Chicago, overlooking everything downtown Chicago. If y'all know how beautiful downtown Chicago is, and he still is, on the 42nd or 44th floor. His actual story is in this book right here, along with his social worker. who couldn't house him. The social workers, case managers, housing locators, could nobody house this man until I housed him in a condo downtown and then housed a dozen more in that same condo building. Because the other owners, I told this owner, I said, you need to go, oh, y'all got a blackboard. How do you let people, how do you let other owners know in the building what you just did? Oh, we have a blackboard. It's like an internal email. Well, send them all an internal email and tell them you just had a wonderful experience with a veterans realtor who just housed a veteran for you under a federally funded program, and she's looking for more houses because she has more veterans that need your unit. So if you have a vacant unit, here's her information. Yes, that's how that went. And I have so many veterans downtown Chicago. And those rents downtown Chicago ain't cheap. The lowest one was like $2,800, and that was for a one bedroom. So, yeah, get the books, learn something, and then we can do some business. We can do some business, but I am not the one who's going to be what you call that, a parrot repeating what's in my books to your ear. You're not serious. All right, I gotta go take my baby dog out. Oh, she's got some grass in the bath, not the bathroom, but the garage that one of the my so anyway, let me tell you about this. This somebody threw this 5 pound dog out the car. Out of somewhere. I don't know. I didn't see when they tossed her. But they threw her away. And little bitty dog. Just going, just little legs just going. I'm like, who's chasing her? Nobody was coming after her. So I said, she can't be out here. It's too cold for her to be out here. So I drive around and she let me see her. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, wait. Okay. You real quick. Come on, baby. Come here. They want to see you. Come on, superstar. Come here. Okay, here she is. Look at her. Oh, she just got fixed. Look how little she is. Look at that. 5 pounds. I think she's 6 pounds now. I know somebody threw her out the wherever. So I went. I can't. They can't groom her because she was fixed. You got to wait 2 weeks. But I keep her. I keep her fresh. It's my schmuckety dunkadums. So I went in and got her, and she had on a collar, right? So I said, "This is somebody's baby. Maybe she, she might have jumped out the car, or maybe she got out the house, and maybe she's lost. She had on a collar." So I took her to the Humane Society. Thank you. I took her to the Humane Society, and she had a chip, and they contacted her parents, and they didn't want to come and get her. So I said, well, when she's available for adoption, I need to come and get her because I have a prescription by the VA. I need some type of comfort. So I went on the 11th day to pick her up. They took her to PetSmart. That's where they adopt all small dogs. And I said, "Oh, I'm a veteran. Do y'all have a discount for veterans?" They said, "Oh yeah, all veterans that adopt dogs, you it's free." I'm like, "What? Okay, okay." And then they gave her all of her updated shots, and they took care of her so she can't have any babies. Um, and then because I had posted it on next door, I said if somebody lost a puppy, here she is, and she's at the place. Um, and the people were saying if you adopt her, we're gonna give you this and this and this. Man, she had a whole baby shower, a whole puppy baby shower. I got a crate. I fixed it up like her condo, and somebody trained her because she sleeps in the crate all night without making a noise. I used to have her sleeping in my bed because I wanted her next to me. But when I made her condo, she was like, "Forget you." And then they gave me a car seat. I got a fanny pack. I got clothes. I got $250 cash. Man, they sure did. I got grass for the garage. I got pads. I got shoes for her feet. They gave me the whole grooming kit, even though I don't even know how to groom. Oh my God, what they food, uh, another leash and a long. Hey, Marlene, come on. I'm inviting you on. Come on, Marlene. Kazia, do you want to come on? Because I'm about to leave YouTube. I'm going to hang out on TikTok. So if y'all want to switch over to YouTube, I'm supposed to have a service dog. Girl, you need to go get a service dog. Go to the anti-cruelty. She said, you see how calm she is? That's why I needed her. Because she accept requests. Because she's like this chill. All right, I'm getting ready to go. Panella, come over to hey Kazia. Panella, come over to TikTok so we can hang out. Oh, bye y'all over there on LinkedIn and Facebook and TikTok. I mean LinkedIn, Facebook, and okay, come on. And YouTube.
Across America, too many of our heroes return home only to face another battle, the fight for stable housing. Veterans are overrepresented in the homeless population, often caught in a system that is complex, slow, and full of barriers. At VetMentors, we're changing that narrative. For over 20 years, we've been boots on the ground, not just identifying the problem, but building real solutions. That's why we created the U.S. Military Veterans Educational and Resource Guide book series, a groundbreaking collection designed to educate, equip, and empower. These guidebooks are written not only for veterans, but also for the communities, organizations, and leaders who serve them. From step-by-step housing models to funding strategies, this series gives social workers, case managers, realtors, and first responders the tools they need to act with speed, dignity, and impact. VetMentors believes housing is not charity. It's a mission, a responsibility, and a pathway to restoring honor. Every guidebook in this series is a resource designed to make sure no veteran is left behind, and no community has to say, "We didn't know how to help." This is how we turn challenges into victories. I'm Yvette Jones Swanson, Army veteran, CEO of VetMentors LLC, and I invite you to join us in rewriting the story for America's veterans.